First of all, and I told Coach Swinney this when I came and visited him a couple weeks ago. He's very refreshing, and I say that because, you see Meyer and you see Saban, and I saw them win championships, and I was like, that's the way you got to be. It's got to be turn the page. It's got to be grind. You don't enjoy it. It's just part of a process. And I love Dabo's, youthful exuberance, his excitement. I mean, it's really refreshing in this business to see somebody that's like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this. And I think you start to look at their roster and the improvement of their roster and him taking over and, the first that they've been able to accomplish with 10-win seasons, back to back. And I just think that everything about Clemson's arrow is pointing up.
How about he really sells this thing, Clemson family, just the whole thing about the program and Clemson family. I know you were here earlier in the summer, but
No.
did you get a chance to pick up a little bit on that?
Well, I mean, I think it starts with his personality and his, the way he is and the way he talks to people, and he's still relatively young, which I think is a good thing. I think he's extremely relatable. I think, he's got his priorities in his life in the right perspective, and I think the guys understand that. Now, I think, a tough decision that he had to make was, bringing new coordinators, and the hiring of Chad Morris was one of the greatest things I think he could have done, bringing that offense and, completely changed. When you think about Clemson over the years, I always think about great skill positions and, great offense, but, typically the defense now, it was always the question mark. And now Venables, you have him come over and has a pretty successful second half of his first campaign last year. And, I think he's made some tough decisions, but the way he handles it has always been impressive.
Lee, how about just expectations of what you're expecting to see here at Clemson tomorrow?
If this isn't the all-time best game day crowd, I'd be disappointed. The buzz leading up to this game has been off the charts. We haven't been doing on-campus game day in the first week of the season since 2007 at Virginia Tech. Been in a neutral site game, so this is going to be insane. You have Clemson faithful, school in session, Georgia dogs, not too far down the road. It's going to be unbelievable.
Were you here in 2006?
I was.
And your memories from that?
It was almost a sea of orange for as far as we could see here in the quad. It was. I still rank it top 5 game day spot in my 10 years of doing the show.
All right, storyline then. Everybody always looks at the schedule, looking down the road. Any chance you all come back, see if it's an undefeated Clemson and undefeated Florida State?
Always a chance. You got to win the games, though. I tell everybody, win the games, then you're going to remain on the list. We've been to schools 2-3 times in a given season. There are no rules. You go somewhere once, and that's it for the year. We've seen teams back-to-back weeks. Last year we saw Florida back-to-back weeks. I think week 2, week 3, week 3, week 4. So, yeah, if the Tigers and the Noles are undefeated, that's going to be high on our list.